Hello and welcome to day 15 of the Imitation of Christ in a Year. I just wanted to make a quick note and let you know that for the last 14 days, we have been in the Purgative State in the first degree, which is compunction of heart. But we are now done with the first degree and we're moving on to the second degree of the Purgative State, which is resisting temptation. So today we are reading Book 1, Chapter 13, Resisting Temptation. As long as we live in this world, we cannot be without tribulation and temptation. Hence it is written in Job, "Man's life on earth is a temptation." Everyone, therefore, should be solicitous about his temptations and watch in prayer, lest the devil find opportunity to catch him, who never sleeps, but goes about seeking whom he may devour. No one is so perfect and holy as not sometimes to have temptations, and we can never be free from them. Nevertheless, temptations are often very profitable to a man, troublesome and grievous though they may be, for in them a man is humbled, purified, and instructed. All the saints passed through many tribulations and temptations, and they profited from them. They that could not support temptations became reprobate and fell away. There is no order so holy, nor place so retired, where there is not temptation. A man is never wholly secure from temptation as long as he lives, for there is within us the source of temptation, since we are born in concupiscence. When one temptation or tribulation is over, another comes, and we shall always have something to suffer, for we have lost the advantage of our original happiness. Many try to fly from temptation, and fall the more grievously into them. We cannot conquer by flight alone, but by patience and humility we become stronger than all of our enemies. He who only declines them outwardly, and does not pluck out their root, will profit very little. Nay, temptations will the sooner return, and he will find himself in a worse condition. By degrees and by patience, with longanimity, thou wilt, by God's grace, better overcome them than by harshness and thine own importunity. Take counsel, and often in temptation, and do not deal harshly with one who is tempted, but pour in consolation, as thou would wish to be done unto thyself. Inconstancy of mind and little confidence in God is the beginning of an evil temptation. For as a ship without a helm is driven to and fro by the waves, so the man who is negligent and gives up his resolution is tempted in various ways. Fire tries iron, and temptation tries a just man. We often know not what we are able to do, but temptation discovers what we are. Still, we must watch, especially in the beginning of temptation, for then the enemy is more easily overcome, if he be not suffered to enter the door of the mind, but is withstood upon the threshold the very moment that he knocks. Whence a certain one has said, "Resist beginnings, all too late the cure, when ills have gathered strength by long delay." For first there comes into the mind a simple thought, then a strong imagination, afterwards delight, and the evil motion and consent. And so, little by little, the malignant foe doth gain full entrance when he is not resisted in the beginning. And the longer anyone has been slothful in resisting, so much the weaker he becomes in himself daily, and the enemy so much the stronger against him. Some suffer grievous temptations in the beginning of their conversion, others in the end, and some are troubled nearly their whole life. Some are very lightly tempted according to the wisdom and equity of the ordinance of God, who weighs man's conditions and merits, and preordains all things for the salvation of his elect. We must not therefore despair when we are tempted, but the more fervently pray God to vouchsafe to help us in every tribulation, who of truth, according to the saying of St. Paul, will make such issue with the temptation that we may be able to sustain it. Let us then humble our souls under the hand of God in every temptation and tribulation, for the humble in spirit he will save and exalt. In temptations and tribulations is it proved what progress a man has made, and there also is there greater merit and virtue is made. Neither is it a great thing for a man to be devout and fervent while he feels no weight of adversity in time of trouble. But if he suffers patiently, there will be hope of great profit. Some are preserved from great temptations, and are often overcome in daily little ones, that thus humbled they may never presume upon themselves in great trials, when they are so weak in such trifling occurrences. Practical reflection. Temptations serve to free us from all lurking inclinations to vanity or self-love, and from at all depending upon ourselves, because they make us feel the weight of our own miseries. They give us a disgust for all the earthly gratifications, and they oblige us to rely solely upon God. They serve also to humble us by the experience they afford us of our own weakness, and of the depth of our natural corruption. They serve, in a word, to convince us of our inability to do the least good, or to avoid the smallest sin, without the help of God. Prayer. I am sensible, O Jesus, that in the time of temptation of myself, I cannot but offend thee, and that, carried along by my natural inclination for evil, I am in danger of ruining myself. But I know also that thou can, and thine apostle assures me thou will, defend me against the most violent assaults of my passions. Wherefore, mistrusting myself, and relying upon thee, I will exclaim, Lord, save me, or I will perish. I will stretch out my hand to thee, as St. Peter did, and confidently hope that thou wilt not let me perish. Amen.